Thank you all for joining us. Thank you all for letting us know you are there. It's good to know that we're not talking to thin air like we do on investigations. Which we had our first investigation of 2019 this past Friday night. And I think I know I did a lot of talking to thin air. I don't know if you did or not.
No.
But it was interesting. We had a couple things happen that I can't say if it was paranormal. I went through my EVPs. I had a couple weird things, but we'll see what the rest of the team find out. It's a lot of, asking the thin air different questions. And after a while, you stop asking, the air questions and you just start doing your own thing and start laughing and having fun. Or what Will likes to do, scare people. How many times did you make me scream on Friday night?
2 that I'm aware of.
Yeah, I think that's about right. 2 times. There's also a roach that made me scream, though. So there was actually, we didn't take the whole team out with us, but we had Raina, Audrey, and Mela with you and I. And when we were doing setup, I found a roach, and Raina killed the roach. And then during the investigation, there was a roach that she did not kill, but it was dead. And there was another roach staying right by it. The roach literally would not leave the other dead roach. And I was like, okay, that's weird. I hope it stays there and doesn't move. And it didn't move. So but yeah, I didn't like that. And I refused to sit on the floor because of the fact that, I saw these roaches. I'm like, I'm not sitting on the floor. I'm not chancing these things crawling. And then, of course, May had to remind me, that they can fly. And I'm like, ugh.
Yes, they can.
Like, thanks, May. Love you, too. You don't need to remind me of this stuff. I hate bugs. So if the listeners don't know that, I'm throwing it out there. I hate bugs.
I'm sure the whole world already knows.
Yeah, I'm sure the whole world already knows I hate bugs. I love Disney. Rena's saying the roach was mourning his squished friend. We were saying that it was, either the wife or the husband that had died, and it was in mourning and wouldn't leave its side. Should have put it out of its misery, too. But then it would probably have haunted me that night. That was probably what was going to haunt me, was the dead roach. But yeah, other than that, we had a couple weird things that we were able to debunk that night. Couple things that kind of happened that we're not sure if we can explain it or not. Like I said, our team is more skeptical, so to say, and we like to have backups to things. So even though there was flashlights turning on and off that night, we needed EVPs to go with it to prove that was paranormal. And so far, I only have a couple EVPs. So, I don't know. We'll see what the rest of the team brings up on EVPs, but I know I didn't have a whole lot. I had like maybe 1 or 2 from each EVP session, and I had like 8 EVP sessions. So not a whole lot. And I know you need to still listen to yours too.
Yeah.
So, what would roach EVPs sound like?
Squish, squish.
One that's around us, yeah, because I tell you all to kill them. You'd hear the squishing of them. I don't know. Let's just hope that, bugs actually don't haunt you. Did you see in group chat, May sent that little meme about when you feel like, bugs are crawling on you, but there are none. It's the ghost of the bugs. Yeah. I'm like, no, thank you. And let's hope that is one haunting that does not exist, is bugs.
What if that's the only haunting that exists?
With bugs? Then I'm quitting the field. If you can only get haunted bugs, I am quitting the field. I am not doing it anymore. Because I don't want anything to do with the bugs. That's all there is to it. No, thank you. I actually have been questioning the paranormal, but that's, I guess, the skeptic part of me kicking in.
Yeah.
Especially because, you have to rain on my parade a lot.
Damn right.
It's like you have to sit there and be like, honey, that's the refrigerator. No.
That's
No.
what keeps my beer cold.
No, I'm not that bad. But, there are things that I'm like, ooh, what's that? And you being the more tech guy, you give this whole technical term about, why this happens and that happens. And I'm like, damn it.
Pretty much.
I'm like, can you let me have that one?
I did for 2 seconds.
For 2 seconds. But we are doing those videos about these things because of the fact that you are the tech person. You know a lot of this, stuff and what equipment does and how all this stuff works. So it is helpful to know this, and, you're teaching all of us, and we're trying to teach the field. And there's been things that we figured out too, where we didn't have to have you tell us. Like the fact that I figured out that the REM pod went off when you would hit the walkie-talkies.
Mm-hmm.
I figured that out the first day we used the REM pod. It was very disappointing, though. I wanted to cry.
I'm sure you did.
Because I jumped like 10 feet up in the air the first time the REM pod went off. And then to realize that we were the ones that set it off made me want to cry. But it is important to know these things when you're a paranormal team. That way you're not yelling ghost because your walkie-talkie set off a piece of equipment. So, that's all good things to know. So what other things do we need to talk about before we bring on our guests tonight?
I have no clue.
You have no clue.
No clue.
No clue. Well,
This Hershey Kiss that's going in my mouth.
Oh, yeah. We got Hershey. Now's the perfect time to go out and buy Christmas stuff. Because it's all either, 50 to 90% off. So stock up on your, Christmas candy. That's what we got. Some Hershey Kisses. And he's got that going next to him. His little snack for the night. Alrighty. So let's see here now. It does not look like our guest is on Skype yet, so we will give her a couple minutes. I did tell her 7:25, so it's a little early still. So I'm not giving you a high five, honey. I was asking for my phone back.
I thought you wanted some skin.
No. Ow. So we will give her a couple minutes to get online. I will let her know to let us know. You're supposed to talk when I'm doing this stuff.
If she's not on Skype right now, how's she going to know you're messaging her?
Well, when she gets on Skype, she will see it.
Oh.
So, and you're supposed to talk while I'm doing things like this. When I'm doing the behind-the-scenes stuff, you're supposed to be talking away. That's
you
how
are
it works.
behind the scenes because nobody can see you.
Yeah, but I'm saying when
You're
I'm
invisible.
doing...
Learn to multitask.
You know what?
You know what? You're supposed to be a woman. You're supposed to know how to freaking multitask. What the hell's wrong with you? Are you broken?
And there's your middle finger for the night.
Mm-hmm.
No, I know they can't see us. Maybe we should start making it to where they can see us, so they can see all the work I'm doing back here while you're just sitting there.
Oh, they're going to laugh their ass off when they see what you consider all this work.
All this work. Yep, all this work. Oh, that's another thing we did during our 2-week break. Was we went and got a new microphone. So we have a microphone in use for the show tonight in hopes that you can all hear us better, and hopefully it will help with, the connecting of the guests too.
We'll find out.
Yeah. All right, she is ready. So let's see here now. We are going to try this. I'm going to turn this up.
And maybe put it on speaker.
I am. It says speaker off. I am trying to get the speaker on. Bear with me.
We can see her. Oh.
I know, but I'm trying to get the speaker on. That is one thing we, Oh.
Let me see.
Okay.
Get up there.
Will's working on this now because this is the first time we used it this way, and we need to figure out the speaker for this part. It says speaker off. Maybe that does it? All right there, honey. There's the speaker. There we go.
Okay.
Hello, Pat. Can you hear us?
I can hear you.
Yep, we can hear you, and I'm hoping that our audience can hear you now too.
So can everybody
Can
out
you hear
there?
me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, great.
Well, hi, Pat, and welcome to Mysteries Explained.
Well, thank you for having me tonight.
Oh, you're quite welcome.
So, would you like to introduce yourself and tell everybody about yourself?
Okay, my name is Pat Bizzardo O'Keefe. I'm a psychic medium, and I'm an author. I'm working on my 5th book right now. And I have been connected to the paranormal since I was a child. Like many, I had spirit guides and a lot of paranormal activity around me when I grew up. And I was really lucky because my mother and my grandmother were very talented, and so they were able to help me understand what was going on in my life, which really helped me. And when I talk with other people, I realize now that that was really rare. I was very lucky. I'm also a photographer. I do weddings, if anybody's interested. Portrait photography, architecture is one of my favorite types of photography. And I really, when I shoot a building, I really try to capture the soul of that building, because locations, as we know, have energy. And so I try to capture that on film.
Oh, very cool. I have to say, because I know you did the visual, so we can see you. I love your wallpaper.
Actually, being a photographer, that's a backdrop. But
Oh, really? That's cool.
Well, let me tell you what's happened. My husband and I have been married for 4 years, but I kept a condo at a different location about an hour and a half away. And so we are in the process. I just took early retirement, and we're in the process of moving everything in that condo over. And so the place is a wreck, and so I just covered it up.
Well, it's cool. I like it. I know everyone else can't see it, but I just had to mention that.
And let me guess, it reminds you of the Haunted Mansion.
It kind of does.
Yeah.
It kind of does.
So, what kind of books do you write?
I've actually, in my past, I've been a journalism professor. I've also been a journalist, and so I prefer nonfiction paranormal, people's experiences, the experiences people have at haunted locations. My last book was The Ghosts of St. Albans Sanatorium. And so that's the type of thing that I usually write. I've written for dozens of paranormal themed magazines, from Haunted Times to Ghost Voices magazine. Covered a lot of different areas of the paranormal. I have a deep interest in all of it. And the last thing I did for Phenomena magazine, my husband and I went to Arizona. They were having the International UFO Conference. And what I was interested in there was the question, is it about perspective? And what someone is comfortable with. For instance, someone like me may see what they would call a gray, someone who's more comfortable with ufology. And I would describe it in paranormal terms. I saw, a dark shadow, therefore I saw a shadow figure, a shadow being, where someone who's more comfortable with UFOs would say, I saw a gray, So that was the question. And what we did, we interviewed a lot of leaders in the industry, including Rosemary Ellen Guiley, of course, who is one of the leaders in nonfiction writing in the paranormal field. Her opinion, and then others like I cannot remember the name. The man's name, Thomas Reed, who's famous, whose family is famous for their interaction as a family with UFOs. And I asked them their opinions on this, and across the board, what we found out is they agreed that it also has to do with the mindset of someone and how they would describe what has occurred to them or what has happened to them. And that